And ever since the Cold War, the federal government has had an elaborate plan to keep the government running if the Soviets ever attacked Washington. Over a year ago, I spoke with then President Clinton's counterterrorism czar, Dick Clark, who has the same job today under President Bush. He told us that when the Cold War ended, they decided to hold on to that plan to keep the government running.
We thought that individual buildings in Washington, and indeed perhaps all of Washington, could still come under attack. Only it might not be from the former Soviet Union, it might not be with a missile flying over the poles, it might be with a terrorist walking a weapon into our city. And the city could still be attacked and put out of action. And therefore we have developed a new program so that the federal government's emergency capabilities will continue to operate even if Washington doesn't.
So tell us what kind of operation you have up and running, or at least ready to be operational.
As soon as Washington goes down, the Pentagon, the Justice Department, the FBI, the Coast Guard, all of the key agencies of the U.S. government devolve power to other centers, some secret locations, some urban centers elsewhere, but we have a plan, we have trained people, we exercise it regularly, that if Washington isn't around, the U.S. government continues.
So is there a shadow Treasury Department somewhere right now?
For every one of our major departments, there's a shadow department somewhere right now.
There's a shadow Oval Office?
There are facilities where the president could operate, where a future president could operate, and for each of our key departments. Again, the message... Is it like a bunker, or is it a... Can you give us any information? It's an elaborate system, and it involves both old-fashioned bunkers and new-fashioned methods. Let's just say that. It's survivable. That's the key point.
Well, it seems that parts of this plan was activated, or at least contemplated today, when President Bush was flown from Louisiana to Nebraska, but then deactivated when it was determined not only that it was safe for him to return to Washington, but that it was important that it not look as though our government was crippled and on the run.